Hello guys, welcome back to our channel with a new video. Today we are going to discuss regarding the foot bones, which is a part of anatomy. So let's start with today's session. So there are a total of 26 bones in a foot. This foot is present below the leg. So there are total 26 bones in the foot bone, which include tarsals, metatarsal and phalanges. There are total 7 tarsal bones, 5 metatarsals and 14 phalanges bones. So let us start with this foot bones. This is the anterior view of a foot. As you can see, this is the anterior portion where you can see the metatarsal. So let us start with today's tarsal bone. That is first bone which you are seeing in the front of the screen is the calcaneous bone. This calcaneous bone is the largest tarsal bone. This bone can be viewed best from the side. As you can see the diagram, the red marking on the bone, that is the calcaneous bone. This calcaneous bone actually protrudes posteriorly backward front side. As you can see in the diagram, it is protruding little back side and its posterior side. It is that's why it is very clearly seen. This calcaneous bone is posterior to tibia and fibula. As you can see, the top portion has a tibia and fibula bone which articulate at the talus bone, and this bone, which is calcaneous bone, is protruding backside. This calcaneous can medial aspect of the calcaneous bone. It has projection called sustentaculum tali. Now this projection from the calcaneous is called sustentaculum tali, which is a small group. There is a tubercle on the medial side of the calcaneous bone, which is called sustentaculum tali. Now so let us move to the second bone of your foot, that is the talus bone. Second, talus. This is talus bone actually connects your foot to the leg. There are two articulations, one is from the superior and one is from the inferior. Superiorly it connects from the tibia and fibula both bones, and inferiorly connects the calcaneous bone, which we studied in the previously. So these two are articulations, that is proximal and distally. This bone has a one body and it has a neck. This bone is the only bone in your foot which have no any muscular attachment. This is very important for your competitive exam. The talus is the bone which don't articulate with any muscle. Let us start with the third bone, that is navicular bone. Navicular, why it's called navicular? Navicular means a board shape. This navicular bone is the shape of the board. That is why this bone name is called as a navicular bone. Navicular bone lies distal to talus. Now we studied talus. First for the calcaneus, second for the talus, and third what we are studying is a navicular bone. Distally this bone articulates with three cuneiform bones, and proximally it is attached to the cuneiform bone. It is very important. Proximally it is attached to talus bone, and distally articulates with the cuneiform. There are three cuneiform bones we are going to study in the next part. This navicular bone has a tuberosity on the medial side, which provides attachment for tendon of tibialis posterior. This tibialis posterior is a muscle which is attached from tibial bone. Now the fourth bone is a cuneiform bone, which is the fourth bone, that is a cuneiform bone. This cuneiform are divided into three parts, that is a medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform and the lateral cuneiform. The name itself suggests you more information. That medial cuneiform is present medially, lateral cuneiform present laterally, and the intermediate which is present in between the medial and lateral. So let us take the first to the medial cuneiform. This medial cuneiform has two articulations, one from the proximal and second from distal. Proximally, navicular bone is attached to the cuneiform, and distally, the first metatarsal bone is attached to the medial form. This third cuneiform has some attachment proximally and distally, but proximally all the three cuneiform bones are attached with the navicular bone. So this is three common features of this cuneiform bone. So let us see the next bone, that is the intermediate cuneiform bone. This intermediate cuneiform bone has two articulations same like before, that is a proximal articulation and the distal articulation. Proximally, this cuneiform is attached to the navicular bone, as you can see the diagram, and distally it is attached to the second metatarsal bone. This metatarsal is numbered from the greater toe. This is 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5 from the greater toe. So it is attached to the second metatarsal bone. Let us see the third bone, that is the lateral cuneiform bone. The word itself says that it is lateral to your body. This lateral cuneiform bone also has two articulations, that is the proximal and distally. Proximally it is attached to the same bone, that is called as a navicular bone. Distally it is attached to the third metatarsal. As I said, we are numbering the metatarsal from the greater toe toward the lower toe, that is the smaller toe. So these are the three cuneiform bones: medial, intermediate and lateral cuneiform bones. Now this is the last tarsal bone, that is the cuboid bone. Cuboid bone have articulation that is proximally and distal. Cuboid bone, proximally it is attached to the calcaneus and distally it is attached to both the metatarsal, that is the 4th and 5th metatarsal. As you can see in the diagram, this calcaneous bone is attached to this cuboid bone, and distally it is attached to the last 2 metatarsal bone, that is the 4th and the 5th. So we have studied around 7 tarsal bone, and this is the list of the 7 tarsal bone. We have studied calcaneous bone, second was the talus bone, third we have studied navicular bone, which was a board-shaped structure, and 4th, 5th and 6th was the cuneiform bone, where we studied medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform and the lateral cuneiform, and last one was the cuboid bone. So this was the 7 tarsal bone. Now let us go to the metatarsal. As I said before, this numbering are made from the greater toe. So there are around total 5 metatarsal, which are numbered starts from the bigger toe, and the first one is placed medially, which is the greater toe. So always remember, when we number, we should always number it from the toe. This will be easy for upper limb as well as the lower limb. So let us see which are the 5 bones. These are 5 of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and the 5th. So let us see how this metatarsal bone has been distributed. This metatarsal bone has been distributed based on base, shaft and head. All the long bones, all the bones have been divided in this way. It should have a head, it should have a base, it should have a shaft. So let us see the diagram of each thing. So see, this is the base portion. As you can see, proximally the portion is called the base. The front portion, as you can see, there is the proximal part, that is the base of the first metatarsal, or of any metatarsal. The base is the proximal part of the metatarsal. Now we are going to see the shaft. The middle portion, the orange color marking is the shaft, that is the second part of the metatarsal. Now we have studied the body. On the second foot beneath the base we have a shaft, and that is the portion between the head and the base. This is the middle portion, we call them as a shaft. Now let us see the last portion, that is an head of a metatarsal. This head of a metatarsal is the distal part of a metatarsal. Proximally, as we have seen, the yellow marked portion is the head of the metatarsal. So we have studied the 3 parts, that the base, then the shaft and then the head. This metatarsal usually divided into 3 parts. Any long bone you can see it is divided into shaft, body and head. So now let us go with the next thing, that is the phalanges. So we have studied around the 5 metatarsal. Now we are going to study regarding the phalanges. These phalanges are total 14 in number, which have greater toe I have only 2, and other 4 toe I have around 3. So 4 into 3 is 12, and then add 2, which is for greater toe, then it comes around 14. So we will see how these phalanges have been distributed. So this is the greater toe phalanges. As I said, greater toe I have only 2 phalanges, that is the proximal and distal. So proximal is this one. The first diagram what you can see, the proximal phalanx. The second diagram what you are seeing is a distal phalanx. So in greater toe we don't have 3 phalanx, but we have only 2 phalanx, that is proximal and distal. But very in case of the other toe, we have around 3 phalanx, which are common for all the, in case of the upper limb as well as the lower, we have around the 3 phalanges. It is distributed based on proximal, medial and distal. The first diagram what you are seeing in the diagram, that is the proximal, second is the medial, and third what you are seeing is the distal phalanx. So it's very easy, as we are seeing that we have studied 14 phalanges, out of which the 4 toe have around 12 phalanges, whereas the last toe have only, the first toe had only 2 phalanges. Specifically speaking, this foot and ankle are classified in 3 types, that is the in-foot, mid-foot and forefoot. The name itself gives the information, that is the in-foot, the top layer, the middle part and the forefoot. So let us see each of them, how this in-foot, mid-foot and forefoot have been divided. So first what you are going to see is the in-foot. This is the in-foot. In-foot consists of only talus and calcaneous. The first one what we have studied was the calcaneous, the second what we have studied is the talus. In diagram, as you can clearly see, the first one is the calcaneous bone, second is the talus bone. This consists of an in-foot, which are proximally posteriorly present behind the tibia and fibula, which are protruding outside. So let us see the second one, that is a mid-foot. This mid-foot consists of 3 bones, that is a navicular bone, cuneiform bone, cuboid bone. This navicular, as I said, it is a board shape. The word itself will give you more information regarding this the bone. Now the second is a cuneiform bone. As I said, cuneiform is divided into 3 parts, that is the lateral, medial and intermediate. So these all 3 are involved in this mid-foot, and the last one is cuboid bone. So mid-foot consists of around 5 bones, that is the navicular, all cuneiform, medial, lateral, intermediate and the cuboid bone. And the last one what you're going to see is the forefoot. Forefoot consists of only two parts, that are the metatarsal and the phalanges. Metatarsal consists of around 5 metatarsals, phalanges are around total 14 number. So forefoot consists of 5 metatarsal and 14 phalanges. So today we regarded the foot bone, which included metatarsals, tarsals and the phalanges. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, give a like and share this video those who require. So learn and share this video. Thank you for watching this video till here. Do like and share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching once again.